My name's Jim Stime. This is the LA Fish Guy interview. My name's Jim Stime. With those three businesses going, how did the LA Fishguys kind of come about? LA Fishguys came about as a result of my interest in Hollywood, if that's what you want to call it. As a young fellow, my father took me to Universal Studios, where I quickly became very interested in the magic of Hollywood. I remember in college I was working not only for a local radio station or a community college radio station, but I was also working, starting first at the college and then to local theaters doing stage lighting. I was trying to get into Hollywood in one way or another. I took electronics, and I was also trying to learn the recording industry, and so there were about 3 different threads I was trying to make into that Hollywood. And make a long story short, the Hollywood thing really didn't work out because you've really got to dedicate yourself to that kind of stuff. You've got to be there at its beck and call, and for a lot of people you have to continue on with a regular job, and mine regular job kind of came push to shove. Either go to Hollywood and try it, or you've got to put your efforts into the job here. And so I kind of lost the interest of the radio and lost the interest of the stage lighting. And it was a number of years later, still with that appeal in the back of my mind, that a few conversations would come up amongst friends, aquarium-related friends, in regards to doing something film-wise. But the real bottom line is nobody ever does it until somebody actually makes a point to do it. And most of my friends just never came through and did it. There was an opportunity to... I was doing the cylinder tank setup, and I was supposedly going to be doing that with some people from the MTV show called The Hills, but that didn't turn out. But I had gotten excited enough that I went and bought the camera myself, and I believe between the tripod and my brother, I filmed my installation of that cylinder tank, and that became episode 1 of LA Fishguys. And of course it's just kind of grown since that point. So tell me, any aspirations for Hollywood? I'm not so much interested in Hollywood anymore. It's too... Once you make it to that point, you just become one single segment of that whole industry. Either you're an actor, or you're a producer, or you're a camera person, or you're a tech person. And those are all the things that I kind of enjoy. So I don't want to give up those things. So I'm no longer really looking to give my show away to some producer or production company. I, again, enjoy doing it. So what I will be doing is holding on to it and doing all of those things, which obviously slows me down a little bit because I have many other things to do as well. But it allows me to keep control. And the direction, I guess, is that's what you want to call it, from the reward end of it, other than appreciation on the part of the viewers, would be in the form of, say, selling advertisement or something like that. So I'm not real sure where it's going. I'm just having fun doing it at the moment. And you do have a new format for the show? Yes, there is a new format. Originally, everything was all about me, and basically that was the result of me utilizing what I had to work with, which would be my aquarium maintenance business, all of my aquarium service customers, and all their beautiful aquariums. At some point, you kind of exhaust those tanks, those people, and those services, and to continue on without having to double back, you have to expand. And so as a result of, I brought in wholesalers as well as retailers. I'm going to be doing more service companies and of course aquarium hobbyists themselves. These are all people I know. These are all people that are friends of mine. These are people that I believe would represent Los Angeles in those levels. What's involved in putting an LA Fishguys show together? Assembling an episode, whether it be the old version or the new version, obviously involves some framework or structure to the story. You're going to go in to service an account. You show up, you take out the decorations, you drain some of the water, you put new water back in, you put the decorations back in, and you wipe the front. That's the basic plot to a service, and so for me, that forms the basic plot or structure to the story. Usually there's something more that you want to try to say in the story, maybe many things more. And I would try to bring up some of those things as I went along. Aside from coming up with just the story, now you have to film it. My inspiration for filming is Les Stroud of Survivor Man. I mean, he goes into the wilderness with all these cameras all by himself, sets up all the different camera shots, and does his own show. That was the original version of LA Fishguys. It slowly expanded to have a few people to come in and occasionally help me if it was a big job, or things such as that, but that was the filming style. The editing in the beginning was very basic, and as I grew and so did the volume of the show, or the complexity of the show, I had to increase in the software. And I originally started out with, I believe it's called Pinnacle Studio, I think is what it was called. And it's now advanced to Avid Studio, which supposes a professional version. It's a hell of a lot more complicated, I can tell you that, than the original version, just making it work. So now you bring all these components together, you've got to edit it down, and one of the things that's the hardest thing to do is to go in and edit, to chop stuff out. I remember doing the video I did for the Macna show a few years back, and there was so much good content, but I had to scrunch it all down into 45 minutes. And you just have to be ruthless almost in the form of editing just to fit yourself within those time restraints. Now, in addition to that, there's music, and you have to fit the music into that. You also have to pick the music that sounds most appropriate for that particular moment. So there's graphics. Anyhow, you can go on and on and on. And regardless of how many facets of that video it takes to complete it, once it's all assembled, you then have to go through and polish it. And that's not only from a visual point of view, but it's also from an audio point of view. And unfortunately, the audio out of my computer system at home is completely different than the audio system in my living room at home. I can't watch my videos in the living room because somehow the sound just doesn't come over properly, and it sounds really bad. But in the office on the computer with computer speakers and such, I think it sounds great. So there's a lot involved that goes into putting a video together. My name's Jim Stime. Stay tuned for the next segment. My name's Jim Stime. Keep moving forward.
He doesn't own any shirts that have sleeves. He speaks 2 languages, English and fish. He used to drive a new van every 3 years. Now he's happy if it just starts. His new salt water is so pure now, he needs a 4-wheeled cart just to carry it in. He is the most interesting fish guy in the world.
I don't always make DI water, but when I do, I prefer Spectrapure. Stay pure, my friends.
Receive a $50 LA Fishguys discount on a Spectrapure Max Cap 90 5-stage RODI water purification system. Just call or go online to SpectraPure.com and mention or enter LA Fishguys coupon code LAFMAX50 to receive your LA Fishguys $50 discount.
Hi there, my name's Jim Stime and you know me as the LA Fish Guy. Well, I also wear a couple of other hats. One of them is the jellyfish tank called the Jelly Aquarium, and the third is myfishtank.com. I offer an entire line of acrylic aquariums ranging from rectangular to hexagon, flatback hex, as well as the custom curve front aquariums. There's also an entire line of stands and canopies ranging from MDF to pine to oak with a variety of different finishes available. And the website is even smart enough that you can calculate what the freight and crate charges to your location will be. That's myfishtank.com. I'm Jim Stime. Keep moving forward.
Reef Hobbyist Magazine believes that our hobby, our fellow hobbyists, and the animals in our care are best served by the free distribution of quality information. Reef Hobbyist Magazine provides hobbyists with critical husbandry information with an emphasis on marine ornamental breeding efforts. Reef Hobbyist Magazine is available for free in local fish stores across the country, or you can subscribe at www.reefhobbyistmagazine.com.
Now the music is pretty special to your show. Can you tell us a little bit about that? It's a very important aspect of the video. It's 33% of the video itself. It sets the tone for whatever the scene is calling for, whether it be a real fast-paced assemblage of corals in the tank and you have to use fast-paced music, or it's something that's a little bit more dramatic and you have to kind of stretch things out a little bit. Really what I want to say is the fellow who has lent me the music, Mr. Frank Gary of Gary Communications, it's a tremendous and big part of the show, and I'm very thankful to have his gift of that music to me. The deal is, someday if I ever get big, he has to come along with me. I haven't got big yet, so we'll see how far down the road I get. But thank you to Frank. There's that aspect of the video, which is the music, and it's so great, and it's such good music too. And tell us, what's the future of LA Fishguys? Where does LA Fishguys go from here? I'm not sure. It's been running now for almost 5 years. I've been doing it. I think I started in 2007, maybe 2008. I believe there are about 300 plus videos in the LA Fishguys library. I believe it's pushing 16,000 subscribers, YouTube subscribers. And I think on YouTube collectively, it's all the various videos over time, there's about 4.7 million total videos viewed. I guess at this point, if Hollywood was going to find me, they would have already found me. So, having said that, Hollywood's not calling. What am I going to do with it? Again, as much as Hollywood was an inspiration for getting involved, I don't think that's a route I want to go. I enjoy the creativity, the art part of putting the video together. Everything from the concept, the idea, the thought, to filming it, different camera angles, different camera positions, the trickery with photography and camera work, the voiceovers, the assembly, the editing. It's a labor of love, but let me tell you, it's a lot of labor. So where does it go? I'm not sure. I'm just kind of having fun, enjoying what I'm doing with it, and I fear that Hollywoodization, if that's what you want to call it, would probably kind of destroy the show. So tell us, where does Keep Moving Forward come from? Keep Moving Forward came about as a result of two things, really. The statement, which was totally unintended on my part, it was a way for me to push myself into doing things that for whatever reason I was a little uncomfortable with. And I began to, in the early episodes, mentioning this keep moving forward, put one foot in front of the other. I always think back to, there's a scene in, I want to say it's the third Indiana Jones movie, the one that has Sean Connery in there, and they have to make a leap of faith across the chasm that has no obvious bridge on it, and Father says to Junior, it's a leap of faith. And so to me it was, that's what I needed to do to take that next step, to push myself along. The second part of that is, again, it was unintentional, a reference that I would make, but I have an aquarium author friend by the name of Bob Fenner. And obviously, I guess he's been watching the videos, and he pointed out to me, he said, that's a catchphrase. He said, you should use that. And so from that point on, I began to conclude a lot of the shows with that, and to a certain degree I still do. Previously, it, to me, seemed to become a little, not fake, but contrived, if that's the word. Now with the new episodes, it is the closing statement, but with the new episodes, there's a tremendous amount more thought that goes into the opening monologue as well as the closing monologue. It's meant as a means of encouragement and at the same time inspiration. Well, Jim, I thank you very much for your time.
And I'm Jim Stime.
Keep moving forward.